Hello and welcome to Honey Badger Radio. My name is Alison and I will be your host. Brian may chime in as a disembodied voice if he gets fired up enough, but I can't promise anything on that score, so don't expect it. And if you want to send us or me a message at any time, you can do so at feedthebadger.com/justthetip. And I won't do the rest of the things because I want to get into the subject. The subject is the assassin bug phenomenon, why women dislike that pick-me girl. And I assume that the pick-me girl is me and other women who care about men's issues, etc. And this is by Madeline Lucy Hansen, who assures us that she is not jealous. Sorry, guys, because take that for what it is. But take that for what it's worth. Whether or not you can deposit that in the bank, I don't know. If it really is a genuine, if she's actually expressing her genuine sentiment, who knows? I did the animation of this piece, and what's interesting about it, it's very unique because the writer seems to be having some kind of dissociative identity disorder, because halfway through we go from just bald face insulting the average man to talking about abusive women who are probably borderline, like the kind of women you might find in a movie like Gone Girl. Like, I don't remember her name, but the female main character in Gone Girl who ended up stabbing a man and framing it as a violent rape, and that kind of individual, that kind of woman. And for the life of me, when I listened through this, or because I did actually listen to it, I didn't read it, I couldn't figure out why the juxtaposition between these two very different kind of hypotheses or different kind of presentations. And I'm guessing what she's saying is that, well, if I were to guess, that she's saying that if a woman ever shows sympathy or finds the average man attractive, she secretly wants to shank him. I think that's her general message, but we can let her elaborate upon it. I am sharing the correct tab, right, Brian? So I can just go forward with it.
Well, you're sharing the video. Is that the
I'm sharing the video.
Share? Yeah, that's good.
Yes, this is the tab I want to share. That's where I want to go. So once again, if you want to send a message, tell me what you think of this. Utter cancer. Feedthebadger.com/justthetip. You want to support the show, feedthebadger.com/support. And again, we are doing our meetup September 13th. So we got 2 months to do it. That's 8 weeks if you want to come. So don't tell me you didn't get some kind of heads up. So September 13th. And if you want more details on that, feedthebadger.com/events. And all of that should be in the low bar. You can go down there and pick what interests you. Be a pick me. Pick what interests you, I guess. So let's get into it.
The assassin bug phenomenon. Why women dislike that pick me girl. No, we aren't jealous. Sorry, guys. By Madeline Lucy Hansen. I'll be super honest, and this will hurt some feelings. Most men that we meet in passing are big potatoes to women. Unremarkable, faceless, and just in existence. It's a solid, oh, the cashier at Walmart experience.
Oh, well, I guess we not only know how this individual thinks of the average man, but also the average person in her life that, maybe the cashier doesn't want to know her either. Probably. But it's a little bit contemptuous of people who are just doing a job to get by. I don't think they need to be run down this. It's sort of like it's a page from Amber Heard's book, The Randoms. I don't know if the randos. That's what she used to call all the people that don't have any clout or any influence or any money. The randos. So men and randos are in the same category as this woman. Big potatoes, though. That's a little bit of a scratcher. Because big potatoes usually means something big, not just big potatoes as in large, starchy, man-shaped objects, which I presume is what she means it to be. All right, let's hear a little bit more.
We don't have the male-embodied experience of a constant desire for sex and an immediate analysis of how fuckable every single man we encounter is. Sexual interest rarely crosses our minds. Unless a man we don't know is unusually impressive, good-looking, or interesting.
Okay, I'm going to stop her right there. This is a complete this paragraph, well, up to the point where I stopped it, it represents an incredible self-delusion. We don't consider all of the people around us, we don't have sexual thoughts, and yet you are actually filtering the men into desirable and not desirable. You're doing exactly what the men are doing. It's just that for you filter out way more men, but you're evaluating them all based on whether or not you're sexually attracted to them. And although I don't think that men just, every single woman they meet that they don't find sexually attractive just drops into a blank space, like just the void, the Negiverse for them. Apparently that's so for you. Homath's chart of not people strikes again.
We just aren't thinking about dating or sex.
But you're not thinking about dating or sex unless you see a man who makes you think about dating or sex. Again. Yeah. Okay. And actually, this is not again. This might be the first time I've said this. Recently, I was on Twitter and I was having a Twitter altercation, as you know, very, very, very rare occurrence for me. And it occurred to me that when men, I guess the 90s is 30 years ago now, when some men, not all men, expressed a desire, they weren't attracted to a subset of women, that is a subset of women, all hell broke loose and the fat acceptance movement happened. And then all of the anti-health and anti-exercise, exercises, fascism stuff started. And men got shamed for their desires. And that was just because they didn't, at the time, want like 15% of women. And that was not even all men. It's just like all men had to be shamed for the personal desires of some men who did not want 15% of the female population. Because at that time, not everybody was obese. Okay, it's a little bit different now. But at the time, it was a little bit more reasonable, right? And that was just like 15% of the population. Now, women regularly say things like this woman, and what they're saying is, I don't find 95% of the male population attractive. But that's okay. Nobody's going to start a make the average man hot again campaign. Well, boy, that could go two ways. Let me try again. Make the average man sexy to the average woman again campaign. That could also go one of two ways. Make women's standards realistic. Why does an average woman deserve anything more than an average man? We need to answer that. But what we're not doing is shaming women for excluding, what is it? I think it's 95% now. I mean, certainly the way she makes it sound is like 99%, but a vast majority of the male population, considering them unattractive, that's okay. 90s, a minority of women found unattractive. Oh, we got to stop the presses and change that. We got to rework. We got to shame the crap out of men's desires to make sure that 15% of women still feels desirable. But women like this, they can say what they want. They can exclude as many men as they want, and it doesn't matter. Nobody blinks an eye, and men are just supposed to suck it up. I just found that really interesting.
We aren't jealous when Pick Me Penny is admired by an utterly random Tom, Dick, and Harry. We don't want the potatoes or the unwanted attention of the potatoes, but we are irritated when we can see what she is and you can't.
So what is the message to the average guy here? If a woman finds you attractive, she's a pick me. If she expresses any interest in you, she's a pick me. And this person is going to shame her, of course, because that's unacceptable. Why does she even care? But no, guys, she's doing this for your own good, because you don't realize that the pick-me isn't really interested in you for you, unlike her, who's not interested in you at all, but she's got your best interests in mind, you potato. she's looking out for you, you spud. She's got your back, you chud. God, aren't you feeling the warmth of her disgusted embrace? Don't you feel like she's really saying this? She's really saying this because she cares about men, even though she despises 99% of them.
Because she's a gifted sociopath out to rip off your head and suck your bank dry.
Oh, okay. So that escalated rapidly. Now we just have an average woman interested in an average man. Presumably, we're talking about averages here, because not every woman is a 10. Oh, right. Every woman is a 10. So the only women who go after men who are potatoes have to be punching down because they want to suck their bank account dry. Ugh, this is like the grossest, like, this is the sisterhood at its grossest, guys.
In the real world, as in, if you click off your anime fanfic, women aren't wide-eyed submissive children with big boobs. They don't have voices that sound like the dub on your gross hentai. They don't like everything you say or do. They don't giggle constantly and blush and hide behind their hands in an animated way.
I don't even think women in anime do that. Has she ever watched anime? Like, okay. It's mischaracter. I don't watch hentai. I really don't. Okay, so I can't speak for it. But she's mischaracterizing anime. Not every woman in anime is a toddler that giggles at everything you say. I think she's revealing a lot about herself as we go. I'm getting those feels.
Don't always take your side. They don't skip and dance.
Do they ever? Do you really think that men are out there like, oh, I hope I get a woman who always takes my side, or maybe just one who apologizes occasionally and lets, him feel things
around like a 6-year-old, and they don't behave like your favorite characters in your lonely incel sci-fi.
Yes, this nasty human being has your best interests at heart, guys. Don't listen to those pick-me's. Those women who actually pretend like they are pretend according to her, like that they care about you. Don't look at those average women who are interested in you. Actually, this seems like she's just trying to poison the well for the average people getting into relationships.
Women, well, they're people. A woman.
Women are people. I really hate this statement. And the reason why I hate it is because it is the most banal thing to say. Women are people, as if people don't know that women are people, right? As if the speaker of this is incapable of understanding that women are people. I think the real problem is that this woman does not realize that men are people. And if she did, she wouldn't start by insulting the crap out of them before delivering her infinite wisdom of how she's going to save the chuds from themselves. I say that utterly sarcastically.
Who isn't trying to manipulate you will not like the fact you dropped cheesy broccoli down her dress on that date.
Was it an amusing accident? When a cheesy broccoli down her dress. How does that happen? Like, if you're sitting at a table, how does the cheesy broccoli become airborne enough to drop down on her dress? Or is this just bullshit you made up? You see, if women really like you men, they'll reject you. God damn.
A woman who isn't out to exploit you won't agree that the greatest film ever made was Sex Slaves of the Martians the 3.
Martians the 3. What? I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I can't make that appraisal, ma'am.
A woman who isn't looking to have you totally under her control isn't going to speak like a toddler and suck phallically on her forefinger while she's talking to you.
$1 million. Okay, all right. I don't know. I think that she's just making shit up. She's just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see if any of it sticks. So a woman who it doesn't want to control you completely. I think what she really means is a woman who doesn't want to control you completely will listen to you when you have things to say. See, that's the sign that she wants to control you completely. She laughs at your jokes. She laughs off your mistakes. And she listens to you. Guys, run away. She wants to control you completely. The only way to know that a woman doesn't want you to control you completely is if she's controlling you completely. Then you're fine.
And other women will know this because they are people. Whoa.
Oh, good lord. Not like those women who suck on their forefingers and laugh, like pretend they're toddlers and okay.
The woman presenting a really fake persona is bad news? Amazing.
How about the woman who's presenting a really fake reality that she just pulled up from out her bum?
Work, detective. And don't you dare come to me with but neurodivergent girls are just like that. It's just the tism.
How would you know? Like now I'm feeling spoken for and spoken over, lady. I have the tism. I know what do, okay? And so far you're just full of shit. Maybe they are like that. Now, I don't know about acting like a toddler or sucking on your thumb or giggling at everything, but you know, women with the tism can be very logical, be amused by ridiculous things that can be quite scatological, let's face it, and become obsessed with things and really appreciate a man who's okay with the things that they become obsessed with. So, yeah, let's see what you have to say about women on the spectrum.
No. Contrary to the gross fetishization of autistic and ADHD women, neurodivergent women have their own personhood, preferences, and desires.
Yes, we do. Guess who often mocks them and ridicules them and treats us like we're unpersons because we can't play their bizarre, nuanced social games. Right? Maybe women with autism understand hyperfixation, the hyperfixation that men do, a bit better than this woman does. And we're okay with it. I mean, it's like you just pair up two hyperfixators and they can hyperfixate on their thing and then share it with each other. There you go. That's the perfect romance. This woman doesn't know what the frick she's talking about.
And also, obviously, adult brains that are different to that of a 4-year-old.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Your condescension noted.
It also should be obvious that autistic women will not possess the emotional toolkit to carefully craft a highly curated persona to specifically groom you.
But ableist much? I'll have you know, I have many highly specific personas that I use to seduce my husband.
Studies on female autism stress that their social behavior often involves camouflaging or masking.
So they have constructed a highly specific social persona. That's what camouflaging and masking means. They've constructed a highly specific social persona to hide their autism and appeal to people. Could you just not contradict yourself? Like one part of the sentence doesn't immediately declare world war on the second part. Can you not do that? Like one part of the second just immediately secedes from the union with the second part. Like, just make it be consistent for at least one sentence, please.
But this is high effort and stressful, not complex or strategic manipulation. A woman who has a
This is high and stressful. Well, yeah, it is stressful, not strategic manipulation. Okay, but all right, wait a second. So, are you trying to tell men not to be attracted to autistic women Because if they are attracted to autistic women, it's because they're actually going to cut off their heads and eat them in some kind of post-coitus ritual. If they're attracted to autistic women, those aren't the autists that you want, because they're secretly camouflaged borderline personality disorder psychos. Well, I mean, I have noticed that a lot of women who probably are closer to the cluster B, narcissist, antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, I have noticed that they like to pretend that they're autistic. But this seems to be a little bit mean. You know, maybe autistic women can be attractive because of the way they are, just because of the way they are, not because they're crafting a persona for men, but simply because they wear. Or is your presumption here that autistic women just can't be attractive in terms of their personalities? They just can't. And if a man is attracted to a woman, she cannot be an autistic, because autistic people, or women specifically, do not have attractive personalities at all. That's impossible, guys. So she must be a cleverly disguised psychopath. If a woman is attractive to you, if a woman's personality is attractive to you, she's a cleverly disguised sociopath. If she pays any attention to you, she's a cleverly disguised sociopath. If she laughs at your jokes, she's a cleverly disguised sociopath. If she finds it amusing how the cheesy broccoli managed to levitate off your plate through no fault of your own and end up on her dress, she is a sociopath. All roads lead to sociopath. If you are a potato, judging from this woman's appraisal, that's every man outside of the top percentile. If you are a potato, then any woman who shows any interest in you and any woman you find attractive is a psycho. That's what I'm getting so far from her.
Focused interest of Studio Ghibli and a free bubbly persona is still going to not like your favorite pizza.
All right, Studio Ghibli. I think it's done some good work. I think that lately it's gone downhill. It's become very, very lacking a plot, shall we say.
Not want to hear your terrible...
What kind of pizza? I mean, I won't like it because I can't eat wheat, and cheese is sketchy. You don't usually put eggs on pizza, but you know, if there were eggs, that would make it even worse. But what does it matter? Like, is that really a deal breaker? Like, do men have like a checklist? Does she act like a toddler? Does she like my pizza? Did she get upset when I dropped something on her dress? Like this, I mean, that might be, I don't know about the toddler one, or the concerns about liking the same pizza. I don't know, Brian, is that a deal breaker for you?
What
pizza toppings?
No, we can work with that.
Okay. You can work with that. You could always get split. Like, one pizza has one type of top, one half the pizza has one. That's why they do that, I think. You know, could work.
4-hour slam poetry performance, or just
4-hour slam poetry performance. That's endurance there.
To you constantly talking to her like a 6-year-old.
Yeah, that would annoy me. But I feel like right now, us autistic women are sort of being talked to like we're 6-year-olds by this woman. You know, it's so funny because you get this thing where the extroverts say if you aren't able to navigate the vagarities, specifically mostly female extroverts, male extroverts will just laugh and then move on. But female extroverts, they really take it personal when a woman doesn't manage to navigate the vagarities of the social temperature or vibe, right? They don't like that. They get really aggressive, but in a passive aggressive way, because they don't want to ruin the vibe or something. And that's supposed to be emotional intelligence, is it? I mean, not being able to really understand why people do the things they do, which is something that I've noticed a lot of autists, well, not necessarily the extreme end of very autists who don't have a lot of shall we say. They're more disabled. But when we're talking about the Asperger's end of the system, they do understand people. They're very capable of understanding why people tick and why they do what they do, which is often why they either can't or won't engage in like the social back and forth. But which is the emotional intelligence? Is it being able to be charming and fluid with your conversation and read the room and understand vibes? Or is it being able to figure out and pick up what makes people tick on a fundamental level? And you can just figure it out just from like a few interactions with them. I don't know, which is it? I'll throw it to the chat. Which is EQ?
Because, again,
Maybe both.
women are people. Now very low
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if she keeps saying that because she doesn't believe it.
EQ, low emotional intelligence men. Really?
What? Okay, so now we're talking about a subset of men. You originally you started with potatoes. I want you guys to notice this progression in her logic or lack thereof. She starts with potatoes, who are defined as men who aren't uniquely attractive or accomplished. As far as you can tell, a man's accomplishments just by looking at him. What she means is flashy, I suppose, and good looking and tall. All right, so you are saying every man who's not like that is a potato, and now you're saying the potatoes have low emotional intelligence. But you already don't notice them, so I assume you don't talk to them, you don't interact with them, so you don't know that. One, you don't know that. Two, you're assuming that they have low emotional intelligence because they are unattractive to you. That's astounding. Wow.
Struggle to understand personhood of women because women strongly dislike them and they tend to retreat into comics and pornography.
They don't understand the personhood of women. Yeah, but maybe they do. And they just don't like what's on offer. Like you. I mean, while you are going out and judging the potatoes, you are also being judged, if this isn't just an AI, which a lot of this femslop, I think, is AI now. Like maybe they just aren't interested in what you have to offer. Possibility.
So when they encounter a woman performing their ideal faux femininity, they are incredibly easy to manipulate. We've seen the
And you think that it's the autistic women doing this, do you? Or no, if wait, my apologies. I misrepresented her logic. The women that these men are attracted to are not the autists. They are, in fact, the sociopaths. And manipulative, performative femininity is a mark of a female sociopath. So unless she is a nasty cunt, oh man, I just got this booted off YouTube. Unless she's a nasty, see you next Tuesday, she's a sociopath. Well, I mean, maybe I'm making this too extreme, but it does sort of start to feel like the woman has to not laugh if it's not his jokes, not be okay with foibles, not have autistic traits or whatever else, or she's manipulating and using him. How are men and women supposed to have any kind of relationship under these terms? The terms just keep getting worse. Pray they don't get even more worse. Well, they will.
colossal rise of OnlyFans because men who deeply struggle to understand or experience attraction to real women are prepared to pay enormous amounts of money and even go bankrupt for a version of womanhood that isn't human but inoffensive, unthreatening, soft, and controllable.
Okay. And yet the girlfriend experience is basically a woman just listening to the guy. I guess that's a soft, non-threatening, and controllable femininity. A woman who just listens without judgment and likes you. Okay. I'm actually pretty sure that she would characterize that as the beautiful petals that hide the pitcher of poison.
A lot of men would rather pay $100 a month to watch a woman dressed as Yoko Littner, whimpering about how big Sensei's cock is, and how amazing.
Are we getting a confession here? I mean, that's awfully specific. I don't even, who is that? You just, that just rolled off your tongue. I'm just wondering if this is a little bit of a confession.
His Discord server is, then actually speak to a woman who will ask him to wash the garlic moon cheese crumbs off his shirt. And
boy, she's really driving home this stereotype. If 95% of men are unattractive to you, that's going to include a lot of men who are perfectly good. In fact, that's going to include a lot of men that 25 years ago we'd call a keeper. That's a lot of keepers you're dismissing. Probably a lot of men who don't have garlic Cheeto dust on their shirt.
sometimes, this gets darker than using stupid, pathetic basement dwellers to pay the bills via gated content.
Is this Findom? Like, is this like deeply coded Findom? She's like, yeah, I'm gonna abuse the crap out of you. Don't give me, all these other women, they're gonna exploit you financially, but not me. Because I'm abusing the crap out of you. I'm not going to exploit you emotionally because I'm being really abusive.
And there are women out there who will want to destroy you. Now, obviously, the issue of personality.
But not this woman. She's just going to call you a potato, on a basement dweller, a walking ick. But she doesn't want to destroy you guys. She's just here to tell you if a woman expresses interest in you, she's there because she wants to destroy you. She's like a secret, like her face splits open and some kind of parasitic animal creature comes out and eats you. She's got your back, guys. And it's totally she's totally on the level with all of this.
Disorders is a complex one, and a lot of women with serious personality disorders also have a sad, deeply traumatic childhood or teenage experience. But
if you're a chud, you're only going to attract vampires, but the vampires are sad and traumatized. But they're going to do horrible things to you, so don't feel sympathetic. Only date women who hate you. That's the only way to be sure.
Believe me, you do not want to get on the wrong side of a woman with extreme untreated BPD, NPD, or ASPD.
Wrong side, you just cut them out. That's the best way to deal with these people. Gone. So that I agree with. Don't invite that into your life. Just, what I do? I don't ghost. I just float away and I become gray. Become completely disinteresting. And I also like when they get hepped up and do their stupid ultimatums, you're just like, okay, I won't be with you unless you kick Sally out of the group. Okay. Goodbye. And then you float away. Go gray.
Stop me if this has happened to you, gentlemen. Rapid idealization and obsession. You meet a woman and she's
okay, so now here this presentation is bizarre. So we go through like 4 minutes of her abusing men, right? And now she's going to talk. Oh, she's calling men gentlemen now, right? Okay. Oh, we're gonna develop a rapport, and she's going to deliver her wisdom that will protect you, gentlemen. But that's after 4 minutes of abusing you. Let's see what she has to say about borderline personality disorder.
Incredibly into you straight away. She thinks you are perfect. She's obsessed with you. She immediately starts talking about marriage, babies, being with you forever. She insists you are perfect. She likes all of your interests, educates herself obsessively on things that appeal to you, and changes everything about herself to appeal to you: hair, clothing, makeup, even personality. She does everything for you. Over-involvement.
Okay, that's not an autist. She's right. You got a borderline personality disorder. Run. Go gray. Become disinteresting. Start picking your nose. Cultivate an array of Cheeto dust on your shirt. So just kind of repel her. But that's not like, I don't know how any man would mistake that with an autist. Autists like dinosaurs and trains, right? They're not going to wrap around you.
With partners, social circle, and life. She moves insanely fast, moving into your social group and contacting your family, liking all their posts and social media. Your friends and parents are a bit weirded out by her, but you defend her.
Okay, so now we got another of this sort of weird scenarios. She's saying that 95% or however many percentage of men are completely invisible. Now she's talking to those men who are invisible to women. And she's saying, if a woman starts to be interested in you, she's going to act like this. Why did you have to, like, the 5 minutes that she spent setting up the scenario that women who are into you are evil was unnecessary. You could just do a PSA on how borderline personality disordered women are awful and behave in awful ways, and you shouldn't tolerate that. And that would be perfectly fine. Why did you have to proceed this with 5 minutes of fucking gaslighting? I'm wondering if this is camouflage for a borderline personality disorder person or an AI who actually wrote this.
She's just kooky and quirky and really friendly. Devaluation and paranoia, suspicions of cheating, monitoring. Suddenly, you see the crazy. You feel like you have a stalker. She monitors everything you do.
You don't feel like you have a stalker. You do. Call the police. I think that they're now obligated to actually take it seriously. I don't know. We may still be working on the men don't matter rules, but it feels like there might be movement on that score. So yeah, she's stalking you like that. Call the police. Good Lord. I'm going to go to the chat and see what you guys have to say. It's quiet day. Quiet Friday. All right. So 6 people watching. All right. So see if I'm going to look at the special chat and see what you guys have to say. Not many people. And then I'm going to go to see if there's any super chows. All right. Hello, Alison. I don't think that's true. I think women do it in a different way, not the same as men, but they do it in a different way. Oh, okay. Botch TV. She cares because that man will never date her. That's why she cares. No, but she's saying that she cares towards men who she has no interest in. Like, I mean, okay. Women in anime really don't do that. Revi from Black Lagoon is an example. Yes, we all know that. She doesn't watch anime. She only watches hentai. Very specific hentai related to that character she mentioned. So if a woman genuinely cares about me, she's a pick-me. Yes. Yeah, man, you have a choice between a woman who actually cares, who's probably going to crack open your skull and suck out your brains, and this woman who's going to gaslight you, insult you, abuse you, and probably engage in, if you're sufficiently outside of her league, all of the controlling and stalking behaviors that she mentioned. So, bitch, but Botch TV. I don't know if this woman is for real. Jordan, it's my birthday. Can you say hello, Jordan? Oh, there you go. Music Man. Studio Ghibli isn't the original creator anymore. Miyazaki's like one of the, no, actually the stork. I didn't mind that one. It was the boy and the stork, I think is what it was called. It was good. But his previous one, he starts making these, he started on this tier where he was making these movies with younger and younger female protagonists that made no sense and had no plot or conflict. And I'm like, I don't want to watch this. All right. How about pineapple, Brian? Yes or no? Okay, well, maybe Brian will answer that.
It's not my favorite, but Lindsay likes pineapple, so sometimes I'll just eat it, whatever.
It's refreshing.
But then she has to take, like, if we go with a ham and pineapple pizza, okay, then I'll go along with it if we're not willing to split it down the middle. But then next time I get my sausage and mushroom and garlic. So, but like, either way, I can, we just take turns if it's a problem, but it's never really a problem. So,
boy, the pizza toppings aren't a deal breaker. Music Man. Everyone is different, and we still don't know how the brain works. Yes, that's true. Botch TV again. Her argument reminds me of people telling me the only reason why women are nice to me is because I'm disabled and they pity me. Yeah, that's nice. Those people are assholes. And then she replies with, so be a masochist. Yes, basically. You can only know if a woman is safe if she constantly abuses you. Right? So that you get it out of the way, right? I don't know. Why didn't she start with that? Why didn't she start with the warning signs of a borderline or antisocial personality disordered woman? Why did she have to lead with 5 minutes of insulting men? I guess it's just what you do. Oh, by the way, it was a pleasure to be on your show a while back. I think it was Valentine's Day this year. Botch TV. Do you recognize that, Brian? Maybe I shouldn't have put you on the spot.
Not by that name. No, it's okay.
Not by that name. Perhaps if you want us to recognize.
Did you call in? He might have been a caller because it was a Valentine's
Yeah, maybe
Day.
we're calling. Yeah, just give us a little bit more detail and we'll figure it out. All right, let me see the vertical, the horizontal chat. It's gone a little bit faster, so I don't know. And okay, Lloyd DeGush says adult women who talk like anime characters are just like adult men who talk like anime characters. They really like and idolize anime. And they will flirt with you like an anime style flirting. I know. Well, okay. That's fine. I don't think women who are doing that are going to morph into cluster beast psychos. They're just enjoying role play in their particular fictional universe or genre. Yeah, but yeah, adults who talk like toddlers are just trying to sound cute and adorable, just like the ones talking like "Can I has cheeseburger?" Yeah, I mean, I assume so. I would hope that there was a cute animal in the vicinity that's receiving the baby talk, because it's a little less creepy that way. Anyway, so I'm going to move on to another. And she's not talking like you guys are trying to make this make sense in your experience. I'm not sure it can, right? She's literally saying if a woman doesn't abuse you, she doesn't love you. And also, you're unlovable if you're a chud, if you're a potato. I'm using chud ironically. Ninja Motorcycle says women can't seem to grasp you can have multiple toppings on a pizza pie. I wouldn't say that this is all women here. I don't think she represents all women. I know that goes without saying. I mean, honestly, it just sounds like she's really control freakery. Unless the pie only has the ingredients I'm interested in, then it's being controlled by my partner. I don't know about that. Pies can't be democratic. They're always they're another point of sex war. They're another point of determining who wins the relationships. Okay. Now Gradendor says, I'm now picturing Brian in a Mario plumber suit tossing pizzas out. Zoe. I really butchered that. Let me try that again. I am now picturing Brian in a Mario plumber suit tossing pizza dough. I'll let Brian comment on that if he wishes.
I was thinking about going as Mario for Halloween sometime. So since I'm growing out the mustache,
Hmm. You could go for Mario
You got
as
a
Mario in the
super
movie.
chat, by the way.
Oh, I know. I see that. I'm getting to it.
All right.
It's going pretty slow, so I can take it slow. Okay. Lloyd Gush, R5, which I have no idea what that is.
Maybe ruples. I don't know.
Ruples.
Rubies, ruples. You know, like from Legend of Zelda. Rupees.
It's going pretty slow. So yeah, tell us what the heck that is, Lloyd Gush. She's self-reporting so hard. Also, she's an insecure gooner and trying to fake scarcity. Yeah. I think the mystery is solved here, guys. You're gonna pack it up and go home. Democracy Pie, lol. Art for Z, the patriarchy. I coined the patriarchy like 12 years ago. Go look on my channel, Typhon Blue. I think it's up there. Rubles. Romanian dollars. Oh, okay. Well, it's going down pretty slow, so
There's a super chow as well.
yeah. There's another one?
A super chow.
Oh, a
And
super chow. Okay,
there
let
were
me
a couple of
go in
Rumble
there.
rants earlier, but you probably don't see those.
No, could you read them for me if that's possible?
Yeah.
I can do that. I'll do
read
the
them
super
now
chow.
really quick. I'll read the Rumble rants
Okay,
really
all right.
quick. Nova fan sent $1 and said she denies having a sex drive like a man and shames anime, all while denying yaoi fangirls exist. Until I discovered yaoi fangirls, I used to think women had no sex drive. Now I see it almost everywhere. And then he gives another $1 and says, feminist tells men they need to be educated on how to treat women. Men asks where those classes are. Feminist, ugh, it's not my job to educate yourself on how to be kind to women. Okay. now the
well,
super
not just
chow, you
that.
can read it.
Men, if women are interested in you and like you and treat you nice, they have an ulterior motive and want to suck you dry. Like it's funny because I get accused of being so anti-woman, and yet this is really like, if you read between the lines, this is like overtly nasty towards men, but it's also sort of anti-woman. Okay. That's feminist content for you. Oh, okay. Another super chow? Oh yeah.
No, the one
No,
you
there's
didn't
just
read. The one you didn't read.
Okay, all right. Richard Beer gives us $5 and says, she sounds like one of those glamorous club-going women who bring a less attractive woman along to make themselves look that much more attractive. And she is sounding offended that the men she would reject in the most humiliating manner possible are walking past her to talk to the lesser attractive woman who nobody should be interacting with at all. Perhaps. Perhaps she's jealous of people just developing relationships and enjoying those relationships. Okay. All right, let's I'm going to we'll listen to a little bit more, and then I want to do some comments from the actual piece.
Obsessively watches your social media, contacts you constantly, has extreme bursts of anger, and paranoia over minor incidents like not texting during a lunch break, going through your phone, and stalking colleagues and female friends for proof you are cheating. You feel uncomfortable and begin to emotionally disconnect. Emotional volatility and threats, suicide threats, rage. You eventually end the relationship and she launches a full-scale attack to destroy you. She is obsessed with another.
Okay, so why didn't we lead with this? Like, why did we have the 5 minutes of insulting men and then saying if a woman is interested in you, then she's only interested in destroying you? Like, who the heck is this for? It's and then this. I mean, there's no need to tell men who are potatoes, according to this woman, that the only women who are going to be attracted to them or interested in them or tolerate their foibles, or the only women who are going to act like this bizarre stereotype she has about what men want, are women who are going to be like this. It's almost like she watched Cool Girl, and then she thought, this is true. This is my Bible. Oh my God. Men need to know. Unattractive men need to know. Those men I don't find attractive, they need to know that any woman any woman that they like, and I know exactly what they want, even though I don't talk to them. I can see it using my mind rays, what they want, what their desires are. Okay? I could do that, and I know that if any woman acts like the cool girl, she just wants to tear off their head and shit down their throat. Like, it just feels like she's up in her own delusional universe. Like, well, yet again, it feels like
Woman
that.
being responsible and sees you as an evil monster for ending the relationship when she has done so much for you and changed her whole life to be with you. Stalking, smear campaigns, and sabotage after
Oh,
breakup.
this is escalating too much. Let's go to the comments, because some of them are sort of amusing in a very slightly disturbing way. See if I can expand the comments or make it so that they are a little bit more visible. Come on. Here we go. All right. Share this tab instead. There's not much more. Like, eventually it segues into a ad for anti-borderline personality repellent. No, just like treatment for borderline people, which is really weird. Why would you do a video on telling men how to protect themselves from the borderline and then talk about treatment? But anyway, let's go on to the comments. All right, can you guys see this? The comments are in the side. They're not very big. Let me just see if this is coming through. Yeah, it looks like it. Sorry, guys. It's not. Actually, I should expand that. Oh, my little video is going to go over it. Just give me a second here. I'll fix this. I shall fix it. See, I can move it this way a little. Oh, no. Yeah, no, maybe.
What are
So
you trying
is
to
that
do?
more?
Oh, no. Well, if
Yeah.
you just keep it to the comments over your camera and just
Yeah.
read those. Yeah, I mean, I don't
Okay.
think
All
you
right.
can
That's
move
what
them
I'll do.
somewhere else, but yeah, just read the comments above your portrait. That'll be okay, I think.
Yeah, I'm just going to make sure that they're all sort of lined up here. Yeah. Oh, no, no longer lined up there. So I do have to move this over somewhat. Here we go. Let's see. I'm just going to make sure it's lined up everywhere before I continue so you guys can actually see them on the vertical chat and the horizontal chat. And I think I just made it worse. Nope, it works there. Okay. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be hugely visible, but I will read them. So if there was an OnlyFans for women, it would be a live feed of men cleaning the bathroom. Of course, the site would go under because women would immediately recognize it as an unattainable fantasy. I wonder how men who are single, how they do. Gallica says, you're absolutely correct. Instead, find a nice chubby to be with and steer clear of all these disgusting men. Wow, I feel like we've just stumbled upon a very rank corner of the internet. I'm starting to smell the yeasty, fungusy reek of the female dating strategy people. Ellie Sanika says, you spend the whole piece insulting and denigrating men, but you want men to elevate and notice you. Modern women are mostly 49ers. Women are 4s, but believe they're 9s. What happens when men take your disrespect seriously? If I, as a red pill content creator, said half the negative things about women that carelessly are said about men, I'd be accused of hating women. Do women like you own a mirror? Just saying.
Savage.
Yep. And the authoress replies with, you are using incel language and claiming to be a moderate. Very interesting. Did he claim to be a moderate?
Cope.
Yeah, I don't think he claimed to be a moderate. Madeline Lucy Handbot. Hey, Ely, this is some other random human. I'm not sure how you read this article as denigrating men, and I'm a... This is the moment where we throw back our heads and laugh. I'm not sure how you read this article as denigrating men, and I'm a man. What was the first fucking line? I mean, super honest, and this will hurt some feelings. Most men that we meet in passing are big potatoes to women. And that doesn't mean she's not using it the way the idiom is usually used, or the cliche is usually. She means that she literally sees them as nondescript starchy vegetables. Oh God, the simp wrote even more. I hate using the word simp, but this has the strong bouquet of simpery. This is the penultimate men's public space announcement. I've seen all these patterns with various friends over 30 plus years, though most were savior complex was the motivation for them to make bad relationship choices, some that nearly costed them their lives. Many men are in denial that women can be equally, if not more, dangerous than men. Thanks, Madeline, for posting this. Are these freaking bots? Many men are in denial that women can be equally, if not more, dangerous than what have men's rights activists been saying for the last billion years? And then suddenly it's like a feminist chutzpah to assert it. Ugh. Okay, Victoria Susan says the unwanted attention of the potatoes. Lines you never thought you'd read. Smiley face. And they say I'm the one who is radicalizing men. And you know, the funny thing is that she's just really out there with her opinion. But it seems like a lot of women share this opinion. I mean, sure, I don't find a lot of people attractive on my day to day, going out grocery stop. I don't find a lot of, I'm bisexual. I don't find a lot of women attractive. Trying to think, it's just generally equal, but that's not what you're out there for. Is just get your stuff done, get the hell out. The Artful Alchemist. Because it's funny because everything comes down to sexual attractiveness in the story, and yet she's saying, oh, it's men. It's men who do this. Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure many men, I mean, I think it's maybe some, don't think women they don't find attractive disappear into the nigga space. The Artful Alchemist. The wrath of rejected borderline shouldn't be underestimated. You're right. All of the unhinged behaviors you listed happened to me after I withdrew a close friendship with a borderline. She is highly manipulative and convincing because she believes her own hype. She tried to blame a suicide attempt on me. You see how this is I feel like I've waded into not just a really bizarre corner of the internet. Like, why didn't you just talk about borderline personality disorder or cluster B in women? Narcissism and antisocial personality disorder in women. Why did you have to preface this with 5 minutes of insulting average men, or even somewhat above average men, but not super hot men? Like, and if you're going to say that men are so shallow, why would you start by saying that you only find a very, very small percentage of men attractive based on shallow criteria? Like, is somehow liking a man who has flash and is tall and good looking and has has part of a rich family, is somehow that's more acceptable and referring to every other man as a potato than a man wanting a woman who is sometimes listens to him and will share the pizza toppings? Like, could you guys spend one moment not making yourselves out to be worse? Like, reading between the lines, you're actually worse. You're more shallow. You're more selfish. You're more self-involved. You're more focused on the sexual than the men you're accusing of being that way. Could you try that? But again, like, why did you do that? Like, it's just halfway through it became a completely different article. All right, I'm not going to. It's a whole thing. Women are people. Some people are manipulative abusers. Simple and as complex as that. Okay. Yes, because it's been men all this time who have been attempting to hide the rate of abuse of women. I guess they can't hide it anymore. So they're setting up their new narrative that, men and patriarchy were to blame all this time. Okay. All right, BD. True, some women use their sexuality to take advantage of men, but that doesn't mean make all women who express their sexuality some kind of predator and women who are sex positive as mentally ill. Hypersexuality, asexuality, dominant, submissive, pick me penny, and the OnlyFans pay piggy are all part of the normal human fabric. Humans are complex and display a range of behavior. Women are humans and display a range of behaviors. And also, autists are unattractive. You got to miss that one? Female autists are unattractive. Liza Jane says, we don't have a male embodied experience of constant desire for sex and immediate analysis of how fuckable every single man we encounter is. Sexual interest rare. Yeah, okay, lady. Just because you only find 5% of men fuckable doesn't mean you are not immediately analyzing whether or not a man is fuckable. In fact, you're immediately completely equating his worth to whether or not he's fuckable in a way that I don't think men do. Hodelish. Men are people too. If you see them as potatoes, too bad. Oh, it's got a reply, guys. Oh, this is giving me like the fear. Madeline Lucy Hansen. Are you sure? Men are people. Are you sure? This is the woman who is your best interest in mind, guys, gentlemen. Any bit of good faith I extended to her is now gone. All right, it's now gone. Not only does she do exactly what she's accusing men of, not only does she have shallow, superficial, mean-spirited expectations in men, she judges them based on it and regards any man who doesn't measure up to be a not person, right? Not only does she do that, and she is analyzing every man she meets for fuckability. Guaranteed. That's how she's getting her analysis that 95 or however many percent are potatoes. Not only does she do that, but she goes right out and says, men aren't people. She wants men to think that women are people. But she says men are not people, or she questions that men are people. This is what I hate so much about the patriarchy conjecture bullshit. It's constantly used to excuse terrible behavior like this. Otherwise, she'd have no excuse. Janette Reddy says, I suppose this article speaks to a few people, but in my 57 years, it's rare I've met a guy who's been drawn to someone taking this kind of advantage of him. Thank you, Jadent, for some... Liza Jane, this is why men need actual women friends to run interference for them. So the ugly guys, oh shit. These women are taking auditions for the friend zone, guys. Better get out there and submit your resumes. And David Mankey says, in my experience, this is not why women run interference. Oh, man. Okay, I don't know if this is sarcasm for Mr. Toast. Oh my gosh, thank you. I thought I was seeing things that the 1/6 of women who appear a little crazy were actually super good catches, and I was just uneducated. 2/6 of men. Hannah Moore says, never let these bitches stop you from grinding. How do we know that this woman isn't cluster B herself? Honestly. Oh, okay. Ubing Omama Bera says, unremarkable, faceless, just in existence. It's a solid the cashier of Walmart experience. We don't have the male embodied experience of blah, blah, blah. And they excuse this. They excuse this dehumanizing rhetoric with a constant desire for sex because they use men's sex drive to shame them. This is so true. It's very intuitive observation at the heart of a key difference between men and women. No offense to men. What are they saying here? They're essentially saying that men find more women sexually appealing than women find men. And that reflects badly on men. Luke Eno says, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. Proverbs 31:30. But charm from beautiful women sure as heck lures men in. It always has and always will. Fuggins says, as you say, most men are potatoes to women. Is it surprising that they would be drawn to the intentions of however toxic of any female? The intentions of any female, however toxic. It's good to be warned of the vast personality destroyers out there, but the point here is for men to know themselves better, which a great many strive to do and often get poor guidance. Not sure from your tone here. Are men to be pitied, reviled, blamed by you? What's your damage if we're just potatoes anyway? I think she just wants to muddy the waters and make it even more difficult for men and women to get together and enjoy each other's company. But unfortunately, I think she's barking up the wrong tree, because if she's creating a narrative, well, she's basically, I think she's looking at this from a woman's point of view. Let's assume that her goal appears to be what it is. And I'm not willing to give her any good faith after that. Oh, let's laugh at the idea that men are people. Let's assume her goal is actually intersocial aggression to destroy other people's relationships. So women who she thinks is lesser than her getting a man. Let's assume that's what her goal is. She's approaching this from a very not a masculine, from a very feminine perspective. The first thing she does is insult the crap out of men. She's saying, if they choose you, it's because, well, you're awful, so they just want something out of you, right? So this is all very relational aggression. And if you were to deliver a message to a woman that you wanted her to internalize, and this is what I see a lot with female aggression, you first tear her down. Right? So you make her receptive to your message. That's what she's doing. She's tearing away the everyone's tens by saying, no, actually, you're a piece of shit. That's what I've always thought about you, Susie, except she's trying to direct it at men. And I think men are more likely to see the inconsistencies in logic than be torn down to be more receptive for the message. And then her message is, of course, everybody who's interested in you, you should be suspicious of because you're so awful. And that doesn't itself sound like an absolutely abusive person's logic. Okay, so guinea pig fan, but I've seen women get called pick-me girls just for thinking it's wrong to be bigoted towards men. Yes, that is the use that I have seen most in my experiences on the internet. And yet that's not referenced here at all. Apparently it's any woman who expressed an interest into men who she regards as potatoes. Millie, the metaphor was so good it stung. Being a pick-me isn't just cringe, it's survival disguised as betrayal. This broke it down with clarity, bite, and surprising empathy, sharp but fair. Goodbye. Goodbye, fucked up corner of the internet. Goodbye. Let us leave you now. Let us leave you now with hope that you really are just a corner and you don't reflect. Oh, is my camera fucked up? It's been fucked up for a while, eh?
No, I think that just happened. Your camera, yeah, it's frozen.
Okay, let me just restart it.
Yeah. Video you're sharing, the screen disappeared. Problem is that people can't hear you if you're talking right now, so
all right. Just give me a second.
Guys. Just take a
Hold
second.
on.
It's Alison's internet, I think.
All right. Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but they can't hear you. You gotta turn, you gotta like come back into the room.
What the hell?
Or change your camera or something, because all right, there you go. She'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry. We can hear her. Well, she's gone. So thought it was my phone screwing up. Audio is good. Audio's good. Well, Alison's gone, so she'll be back. It could be. It's not me, obviously, because I'm here. So just waiting on Alison to come back. I can hear but not see. Disembodied Alison. Okay, she's coming back. For some
I'm
reason,
coming
it's
back.
showing Elgato.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
Okay, let me just.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they can hear
let me
you,
just-
but they can't see you.
okay, let me see if I can get a secondary camera. It just screwed up when I decided to close off that one. Okay, I'll just use.
Well, I can pick your camera. There's a FaceTime HD. Oh, you're good now. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
A
There's a
little
bit of a
close up
delay, like an audio delay. Say something.
Say something.
Okay, it's good now. Yeah, it's good. All right, now share your screen again.
Okay, just a second. So we're getting this all back up. Here we go. I will share this, but it's pretty much done. Like the comments done. That's pretty much it. Okay, we're back on the wiggly.
Yeah, it's back. Yeah, it's back. Okay.
Sorry about this. This is my wiggly cam. I got to crouch a bit to actually be seen by it. All right. So we're good. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much like this. I'm going to take a look at you guys' thoughts in the chats. No, it looks like it's been this way for a while. Let's see. Yeah, it's been that way for like 5 or 10 minutes. Oh, shit, we're going to lose that for okay, well, whatever. So I'm back with the freaking wiggly cam. And let's just maybe I can get this in a place where it's not going to wiggle too much. All right. Okay, so let me see. Let's see what you got here for chatting in the super chat special chat. Okay, Bosch TV. I was in the Twitter space. Oh, it was in the Twitter space. It was about the woman who was being trafficked for allegedly, I think we were talked about how some guys pay for OnlyFans just to have women to talk to them. Yeah. Okay, screen frozen for a while now. No. Yeah. No, it's just the technology. Actually, probably the camera just overheated or something. We were a little bit worried about this when it started. Okay, so let me see what's going on in the horizontal, and then I'll check the super chows. Oh, that rubles is still going. Wow. We could help anyone with relationship problems by putting them on an island alone with the opposite sex. Within 3 months, that person will find that person the most attractive person on the planet. There you go. It'll be the marooning matchmaking service. Just maroon you on an island somewhere. And then you'll be bonded together for life. Okay, just checking the super chows now. Oh, there's another one. Richard Bier gives us $10 and says, my personal experience of being invisible is that one time I was in the convenience store browsing at the snacks and a woman just walked into me as if I wasn't there. She said, I'm sorry, I didn't see you standing there. I was glad that I wasn't walking back to the vehicle and having her driving in the parking lot and running me over and having that same excuse for her doing so. Mind you, I was wearing one of those fluorescent orange safety vests that looked like a traffic cone color-wise. Maybe she thought that you were like one of those things that indicate that there's water. You know, be careful. There's the aisle is slippery. And I actually have an experience of that. We had a Saturn many years ago, which is a very low-lying car if you don't know what a Saturn is. And we were in a parking lot, and some woman backed over the front end of our car and apparently didn't notice until Jonathan honked the horn. And then she got out, and her car was she had this SUV. It was like this on top of our car. And she might have kept going if we hadn't indicated to her that you're on our car. So it was pretty crazy. Anyway, that was not fun, but that's an example of being invisible, I suppose. An entire freaking car, guys. She didn't even notice it. I can only imagine what would happen if she kept going. Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't even be here. All right. So, okay, once again, I'll do a double check to make sure that there are no super chows stuck in the tubes for you guys. And feedthebadger.com/justthetip if you want to send us a message, and feedthebadger.com/support to support the show. Let me just double check here. It takes a moment to load up, technology. It's always a little sketchy. Man, that's really annoying that was like 10 minutes of me frozen. Good grief. All right, so looks like there's another $5 maybe. Another perhaps super chow. Okay, another one from Richard Beer. So if a potato man was to be snatched off the street by 4 potatoes in a white van in front of her, could she describe the potato being snatched, the other 4 snatching him, the white van at all, or would she not even notice it happening right in front of her? Well, I think that the men doing the snatching might actually increase in value to her. So she might notice them. But the snatched potato would still remain valueless because incompetence, I don't know, vulnerability. So she might not be able to describe him. Billy asks, can you do a backflip? No. Digital artist says, I got ran over before. The woman didn't even see me, and my groceries stayed on the hood of her car. She drove off with my groceries. Oh, good Lord. All right, you know what? Maybe that's what we'll leave off with. If you have stories of being invisible to women, put them in the comments below. And I guess I have to do the things. I don't know what else to say. This is a particular brand of crazy right here. So like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, put a comment below, and share, because sharing is caring, as Brian says. And thank you for your kind attention. Have a lovely evening, afternoon, whatever you are, whatever you're doing.
Men's rights activists are machines, dude. Okay? They are literal machines. They are talking point machines. They are impossible to fucking deal with, especially if you have like a couple dudes who have good memory on top of that too. Holy shit, you're fucked.